several Mozambican civil society organizations are urging President Ramaphosa to help stop Daniel Chapo's inauguration. You may recall that he did send an envoy there to speak to the president-elect. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen now? Because should the inauguration take place after the investigation into the contested poll, what's going to happen next? Because since the polls, violence has escalated, with opposition parties claiming that the polls were rigged. Well, I'm now joined by the leader of the civil society organizations in Mozambique, Dr. Wilker Dias. Dr. Dias, a very good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for your time. We have seen reports of people from SADC, saying that they have sent elders who are going to be speaking to all parties. Have you received any notification so far?
Good afternoon, and thank you for that opportunity. So I don't have any faith if we send the SADC sent the elders to try to speak with the other parties in Mozambique. That's why in the first step, the SADC organization make one very impartial speech during that all statements. If you look, for example, to the first speech of the president in Managua during the presidents of SADC, you'll see going directly to protect their friends of the Frelimo party. So in one type of that situation, one organization like SADC, you need to make some impartial position. Neutral position is the best thing to try to solve that problem. If you go, for example, to help or to give some other point of that type of situation, the other parties maybe you don't trust on your points when you present, or if you want to mediate it, for example, some dialogue, it's not possible on the type of situation. So that is the reason we don't have any faith in this type of the intervention.
Do you feel the same way about President Cyril Ramaphosa as you feel about President Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe?
No, I think in South Africa it's different because we have the president, Ramaphosa, is from ANC, one liberation party, and etc. Like Frelimo have a good relations, and the ANC give the felicitation for Daniel Chapo in the first step, and etc. But we have some different thing right now. The civil society in Mozambique write to Ramaphosa to address that preoccupation to the parliament. I think in the parliament, maybe we'll see the other type of decision, because we all people know how the parliament of South Africa work is very different, like the political things in Zimbabwe, for example. In Mozambique, it's very different. So that is the reason we write to Ramaphosa to address that letter to the parliament, and after that, maybe we have some decision like Israel. We saw that in that case in particular. But right now, so Mozambican civil society address some profile court case in the African court. It's very important to have the support of the one state. And we chose South Africa, but we have other in the hand. But we chose South Africa for now. Because we have also citizens, also South African citizens, inside of the numbers of the victims of that old demonstration. We have 2 people who are shooting by real bullets by the police, and that is the reason we choose South Africa. It's not because we have a South African citizens, but it's a neighbor of Mozambique, so that is the reason.
So you also don't buy into outgoing President Philip Nyusi's a twist to the visit by President Ramaphosa's special envoy, Dr. Sidney Mufamadi, who they said had brought a message of solidarity on behalf of the South African government and the people. In other words, you have trust in President Ramaphosa and South Africa's ability to intervene impartially. Hence, as you say, you decided to write to him.
Yes, we trust in the South African democracy. We trust in South African democracy and the type of the position in this type of things. It's not the first time that South Africa deal with that type of the appeal and etc. So that is the reason we try to the good sense of the South African government and the parliament in the all country to try to solve that problem, because it's not this demonstration in Mozambique or that political chaos created the big situation for the economy. It's not economy for Mozambique also. We have the economy in South Africa because if you close the Lebombo border, there's so many people lose so many money during this process. If you go, for example, for our region, this is not good for the security sector, because we have people are going to Malawi, for example. We saw in the news more than 2,000 people moved to Malawi. I think the same movement we saw to South Africa and Eswatini. So this is that created one security problem in the future. So that is the reason we write, and we trust the good sense to solve that problem here in Mozambique.
Let's say that President Ramaphosa responds positively to your call and is able to engage with his counterparts in the region, including, of course, the Troika, the SADC Troika. Apart from your demand for the inauguration of Daniel Chapo to be halted, if that indeed happens, and then what? In other words, what should then happen? Halt inauguration, what should then follow?
The inauguration can happen. It's not a problem for the justice. The inauguration can happen, but after the inauguration, the African court can have that ability to suspend the inauguration or that governance process. Have that power to try to do this. So that is the very important for us, is to have that positive appeal or position from South Africa. After or before, for us, it's the most important to accept that later, because after that we have condition to suspend that all any position we can see in the place. So for us, it's the most important for now.
Dr. Dias, let me thank you very much for your time.